Welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. I'm your host, Daniel J. Alongside with me is Big Blue. We got some breaking news referencing the Michigan State University active shooter that was around last night. Um, there's been three fatalities in this situation, five people still in the hospital under critical condition. Our thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that the victims, their family, friends, anyone that was in this incident. It's selfishness, it's carelessness, it's everything. Big Blue, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on that?
man, my heart goes out to the families out there today, man. They were sent their students out to go, get an education, and three of them ain't coming back right now. Could be more, just some of them are in critical condition, so we'll see how everything goes.
You're absolutely right. And today, what we did was we has been the suspect or the active shooter has been identified. We're going to go into who he is and his information as well. But before we start, we're going to talk about our channel sponsorship with Data Seal. I think what these guys do is important work. They basically, in a nutshell, protect you and your family from having your information out there on the interweb to be searched or for somebody to stalk you. They keeps your information close to the vest. What do you think about that and Data Seal and what they do?
Man, I agree, man. That's a good company. They protect mine and my family's information from being out there in the interwebs. It's of utmost importance to me to keep their safety. Keeping your family safe is
I
important
agree.
to us.
I agree. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention our partner Data Seal, whose services happen to align with something I am passionate about: personal privacy. Have you ever been concerned about your home address, phone number, and other personal information being readily available online for anyone to find? Data Seal has developed an automated data removal solution that deletes your personal information from over 70 people's search sites and data brokers. Use the link below in the description and comments to get 5% off of your subscription. Thank you. And so back to the content. So the active shooter has been identified as Anthony Mcrea, 43, out of the north side of Lansing, Michigan. We have some information to show you guys. So this is from the Detroit News. State officials Tuesday identified 43-year-old convicted felon Anthony Mcrea as the attacker who shot and took three people, wounded five others at Michigan State University. Again, those five are still in critical condition. Their status has not been elevated as at the time of this recording. Mcrea was found off campus, passing away of an apparent self-inflicted wound, was identified less than 9 hours after police lifted campus-wide shelter-in-place order following the incident. Mcrea has a history with firearms. He was sentenced to 18 months in state prison in November 2019 after being convicted of possessing a loaded firearm in a vehicle. He was released from supervision in May of 2021. He lives in a 960 square foot home on the north side of Lansing, east of the Capital Region International Airport. The home is owned by his father, Michael Mcrea, and a chain link fence blocks off the front driveway. Megan and Tyler Bender, who live on the same street as Anthony Mcrea, said he moved in with his father about a year ago. They said Mike Mcrea, Anthony's father, is a scrapper well known in the neighborhood. He's never done any harm to anyone, Megan Bender said. He's just an old man, minds his business. But police had been called to the residence before because of the sound of gunshots. Megan Bender said that Anthony Mcrea would fire out of a back door of the home she believed for target practice. So this guy has a history of, possessing firearms, is a felon, which I'm not entirely sure what the laws are in Michigan, but from my understanding, convicted felons can't possess a firearm for multiple years after the end of whatever their sentence is. So let's just say he got sentenced for 18 months and then was given, released early, but then given a couple year probation. At the end of the or parole, I'm sorry, at the end of that parole is when that time period would have started for him to have been allowed to possess a firearm. The fact that he was charged and went to jail in 2019 leads me to believe that he was illegally in possession of firearms. What do you think about that, Big Blue?
Yeah, I think he was illegally carrying them because I know a couple people who have felonies, and they say they can't own weapons. That's like part of their release.
Right. Yeah. It depends on the felony and whatnot. I think it's like 7 or 10 years. I can't remember. But yeah, upon release, you can. Based on where Anthony Mcrea was found, Megan Bender believed he was headed home. She had been listening to the scanner for most of the night when she heard where police said the suspect had passed, and later traffic indicating that they were being dispatched to her street. She felt relieved that Anthony Mcrea had made it back to their neighborhood. Susan Shook, who also lives on the block, watched police cars descend on the home down on the street Monday after the shooting, responded to the home for the man that she's been walking and biking down the street occasionally. She said it was a shock in the neighborhood that is usually super quiet. It really catches you off guard when it's close to home like this, Shook said. Anthony Mcrea also has prior addresses in Bear, Delaware, and the same hometown as Barry Croft, the convicted ringleader of the plot of kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. And so we have some images here. This is Anthony Mcrea. This is his mugshot. I reckon from back in 2019. Anthony Mcrea. He's 5'4", 165 pounds. So they talked about him being a shorter guy, a suspect. Was the way he was described. 43 years old. Offenses, weapons, firearms possession, loaded firearm in and upon vehicle. He had a maximum sentence of 1 year and 6 months. Date of offense was June 7, 2019. Date of sentence was November 26th of the same year. Conviction type, he pled guilty. So give me 1 second. Just make sure I'm going the right way. This is Anthony Mcrea's Facebook account. He lives in Langston, Michigan, from Trenton, New Jersey. These are some of the stuff that he had uploaded to his Facebook. Wow, who's that? The president? No, man, I believe I don't know what it says.
Make mine bigger so I can be able to read it too.
Let me see. And I mean, I can. It's just cut off. Schizophrenia, Palms 119. A lot of religious stuff here, to be honest with you. Matthew 12:29, 12:28. Or else he can walk, or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods except he first bind the strong man? But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God has come for you.
Yeah,
So
those are
just
not normal phrases you'd see on somebody's Facebook.
yeah, and so this right here says he had been called. Police have been called to the residence because of the sound of gunshots. And that's what we had just read earlier. One of the neighbors saying that they believe that he used to target practice outside of his house or outside of the back door. This is from Twitter. The MSU shooter is Anthony Mcrea. The name was said over the scanners multiple times tonight. His father called the police to conduct a welfare check on him last week. This is his Facebook content. You know, we kind of went through that up there. Uh, what appears to be like exorcisms type stuff. What is that? That's just a phone. I wonder what that thing is on the phone.
Yeah, that's a weird sticker he's got on there, but
Looked almost like a badge. I wonder if
yeah,
he had like a sticker of a badge on there. That's an upside down cross that they're holding. Okay. And so a little bit about Anthony Mcrea. He's passed. He's no longer on the planet. Um, you know, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, and we're hoping for a speedy and full recovery for those 5 individuals that are in critical condition
yeah,
right now.
yeah, man. It's sad to hear that. It was late at night, so I wonder if they were just like studying somewhere, or maybe it was like a late night class that they were getting out of, and he just decided to do what he did.
Yeah, at this point, there's no clear motive. There's no reason or rhyme or reason why he did this. He's not connected to the school or any of those type of things. Um, you know, brings up the question of whether or not, a gun security, stricter gun laws, things of that nature are going to be coming into play. I don't believe that this guy had an assault style rifle. I believe he was using a handgun in this situation. And so truly, truly heartbreaking and unfortunate. And there's no part, this shouldn't be happening in today's world.
Yeah.
There's no part, there's no need, it just doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
and
It
that
needs to
school is
stop.
actually a really nice school. My cousin attended that school. He graduated from there.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. And I mean, just such sad news with such young people. You know what I'm saying? It's not,
Yeah.
and just this, and the Idaho situation, and this was on the anniversary of the Parkland shooting. Uh, like, also, Abby and Libby were discovered today, 6 years ago, so or 7 years ago. It's just so many young people that with such tragic incidences that are occurring. It's just it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But that's all
Yeah.
we got for you guys today. Blue, do you have any final words before we let everybody go?
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families. Today was supposed to be a day of celebration, and it's another sad day in this world.
For sure. Hug your loved one tight. Tell everybody that you're I love yous, and tomorrow's not promised. And so y'all have a great night. We'll see you guys on our live show tomorrow night. Peace out.
Take care. Peace out.